Hi Taurus, welcome to your, the light just fell over. Welcome to your mid-July 2020 Tarot and Astrology reading. Doing things a little bit differently to save on time and get more messages out. I have pre-shuffled the cards and drawn them. So we have a nice healthy stack of cards from different decks for you Taurus, almost like a pick a card, but more specific to you specifically. So let's have a little look and see what we've got for you. Now, there is a lot of energy about light being shone on dark areas because the Sun, Jupiter, Saturn are all opposite. Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn are all opposite the Sun, right? So the Sun is illuminating these dark areas, and they are, of course, in fellow Earth sign Capricorn. And for you, Capricorn has a lot to do with higher ideals, higher consciousness, religion, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of that, but for you, it is kind of shining a light on the why, the reasoning behind why you're doing certain things, the reasoning behind your motivations, that kind of thing. So the first card that I had out for you were boundaries and abundance. When I see boundaries, I think of Saturn. One of the key things that's coming up with Saturn being back in Capricorn for you, Taurus, is to be wary of where your thinking can be quite limited. And I think for a lot of you, it's to do with money. I think for a lot of you, it's to do with the time that you put into your work, the hours you put into your work, how much work you have to do to meet a certain target, or it's kind of a call to work smarter, not harder. Because I think for a lot of you, with Saturn being back in there, you have to question why you're doing the job you do. Is it because of just the money? Is the money enough? Can you meet certain payments? Do you need to get to grips with a new financial plan? That kind of thing. You are being asked, as mad as it is for you, for someone to talk to you about money, I think you are being asked to really stop limiting your thinking as far as money concerned. There's kind of, with boundaries and abundance, I think a lot of you could potentially be stockpiling or hoarding or something, and I think you need to have healthier spending habits, healthier habits in terms of materialistic side of things, because I feel, Taurus, like that is what will open you up to abundance, is maybe decluttering certain things and also putting more boundaries on your time, because when you are really stressed and when you are really overstepping your abilities, when you're really exhausting yourself, you lose your ability to vibrate at a higher level, because you as a Taurus need a lot of rest. You need a lot of pampering. You need a lot of care. As the bull, a lot of your time should, include downtime. When you start going above and beyond to meet certain standards, you start to get really aggravated, your body gets run down, you start feeling really miserable, you start feeling really anxious. And there's a real call here, Taurus, that if you want to draw more abundance or opportunities or love into your life, you need to have some more downtime. The Two of Pentacles also came up for you, saying too much going on at once, the need to make a decision, consider a more playful approach. So again, that just echoes what I was saying, Taurus. Knight of Wands, Seven of Air, Seven of Swords, and the Three of Earth. I feel, Taurus, like for a lot of you, as I said, with boundaries, I think there is, for many of you, and I hate saying this, but in the work environment, there may be somebody that you cannot trust, either in terms of money or in terms of time. There is a need to establish greater boundaries, have a bit of discernment. I think for a lot of you, it could be a fire sign, a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, but it could also be somebody who's quite selfish. And I think a lot of you it's to do with work more than anything else. Somebody who is quite selfish with their time, is possibly quite charming, and you find yourself doing a lot of things for them and then wondering, why am I doing this? Or why are they not listening to me? So with the Seven of Swords and the Three of Pentacles, I do feel that somebody in your work environment or on your team or in your friendship circle is maybe not as good at keeping your personal information personal as you think, and you need to be kind of careful about that, because there's more to this than meets the eye. I think in terms of work, be very discerning that you're not being given false promises, is one thing that I want to say here, because I think, Taurus, you are carefully weighing up your next move. And I think for a lot of you, with the Knight of Wands and the Two of Pentacles, part of you wants to go quickly, part of you wants to make a decision really, really fast, because there is a timing issue here. There's a strong sense that timing-wise, something in your life, and this could be work or it could be otherwise, something in your life, timing is just not working out for you at the minute. Taurus, and you're being really frustrated about that, and it's kind of affecting your next decision. So I think for a lot of you, feeling like the timing has not been right has stopped you making a decision. And I think Taurus, at the minute, the universe is really saying, come on. it's really saying, think, like there has to be some other option here than what you're seeing. I feel like a lot of you are making a decision in some way for other people. So the other cards that I got were the Page of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. So this is one thing that's very unique in terms of people. So Taurus, there are people around you, I think, in terms of water signs or maybe even fire signs, but I think water signs more so, that have a lot of gifts for you. And I don't necessarily mean in terms of the material, but I feel like there are people in your life or someone in your life, maybe a water sign, that you can get some really good advice or insights from. If a lot of you are in a position where you're applying for new jobs or you're looking for some kind of financial assistance or some kind of gift, I feel with the Ace of Pentacles, you're going to get it, especially with the Page of Wands. This is good news related to financial affairs, good news related to new financial affairs in particular. With the Queen of Cups, I think this is where you follow your heart a little bit and you go by your gut feeling rather than somebody who can stroke your ego and make you do all their work and then just sort of leave you in it. It's just the vibe that I'm getting is that people are kind of taking advantage of you as far as work is going. So be careful about that. Now again, that energy is coming up here. Firefly. I think for many of you as well, if you're looking for love or in terms of love, there is a sense here, Taurus, that either something came out with all the energy, with Mars conjunct Chiron in your 12th house. I feel like either secrets came out that left you feeling quite betrayed, or you learned certain things about other people that really disappointed you, or something burnt out way quicker than you wanted it to. With the Firefly and the Oyster, Taurus, in terms of romance, you're being asked to stay open, keep your heart open. I think for a lot of you, one thing that I'm seeing is that in trying to establish boundaries, you actually just shut off altogether. I do feel like there is possibly somebody, and I'm saying it could be fire or water, somebody who, I really think it's water, somebody who really has quite a crush on you. And I'm getting that it's like crush energy. It's like someone that has like they fancy you, or they think that you're really glowy is one thing that I'm getting here, but they also find you kind of unapproachable. So I think that there is the potential, Taurus, that there's somebody in your life who is kind of on the periphery, possibly kind of immature in their approach to things, but they find you very glowy, very magnetic, very like your face lights up or something. They think that you have glowy eyes, or they think that their eyes light up when they see you. But I feel with the Oyster, you are being asked to let your light shine, and I think for a lot of you, you're suppressing it due to stress or due to fear. Fear of not being liked, fear of not being respected. I think for a lot of you in work, you're trying really hard to be very serious. And with the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, Taurus, you're being asked to have more fun, take a more playful approach in your decision making. Don't take things so seriously, because I think a lot of you are weighed down and you have been thinking for a long time about your decisions, and I think that they're still needing your attention, especially if you are in places or environments where you're not respected and you're not acknowledged. People aren't telling you the truth. Sort of hollow victory energy. I do feel like there is either a promotion or an offer or an opportunity coming in for you, Taurus, that you're really going to like. Okay, I feel like you're really going to like it, and you're really going to put your heart and your soul into it, and it's going to release a lot of that tension and a lot of that blocked energy. And when you do, you start to open up and share your gifts with the world, because one of the things that the Oyster card represents is sharing your gift, right? It's sharing your gift with the world. I feel like a lot of you could be dealing with a Cancer or a Scorpio, or even a Pisces. You're something like I feel like a water sign that's very slow to open up. But I think you're quite slow to open up as well, and you have, the pearl within the Oyster, this really beautiful gift. And I think from time to time, Taurus, you have been, staying in places, staying in positions where you're just not respected. And I don't think that's your fault, because a lot of your motivations come from wanting a type of security, wanting a type of respect. But it is okay to acknowledge that somebody in your life is not paying you the respect that you deserve, right? So it's okay to acknowledge that. But it's not okay to stop it letting you feel bright, feel joyful, feel excited, feel like you can glow, because a firefly glows in the darkness. I also feel, Taurus, like this opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Page of Wands is kind of a blink and you miss it thing. It's an opportunity, it's like a flash, you just have to take it, you have to make sure that you take it, and you have to make the most of it when it appears. So I feel like between now and the end of July, there is an opportunity coming up for you that you really need to take. I also feel like you need to draw up more boundaries in your work environment, even if you can't change it. I feel like you need to be a bit more discerning with the people that you are working with. Especially if you're in an environment, Taurus, where you're rushed all the time, when there's deadlines, because you are a slow mover, because you like to be methodical, you like to be practical, and you like to be thorough. And with the Knight of Wands coming up with the Seven of Swords, I feel like that rush energy doesn't suit you. But I think that there is an opportunity that you need to grab that's coming in quite quickly. Okay, so I think a lot of you, it could be romantic, but I think for most of you it is more to do with work, an opportunity, something that makes you feel like you can achieve great things. Really funky. I hope you enjoyed that, Taurus. I'll see you in August. Have a wonderful remainder of July and take care. Bye.